No luck either for Pedro Jr. The Brazilian then had another go. Jubilo keeper Naoki Hata produced a reflex save. With 10 minutes remaining, Jubilo put the home side out of their misery. Heiao Kawabe applying the finishing touches for the visitors. Antlers 0, Jubilo 3, and that was the final score. A shock upset in Kashima sees Jubilo inflict only the third defeat of the Antlers campaign. That's also 2 wins in a row for the Iwata club.
The FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup 2017 on Astro Supersport and Astro Go.
This May, catch the best sporting action right here on beIN Sports. After a long and arduous season, it's come down to 2 of the biggest names in Spanish football. Expect the unexpected in La Liga Santander.
Free kick from Antoine Griezmann.
They reigned for over 4 years, now they face the possibility of being dethroned. Can PSG retain their title, or will dark horse Monaco overthrow the champions in Ligue 1? All these and more this May on beIN Sports.
Kashiwa Reysol versus Yokohama F. Marinos.
It had been almost 2 years since Kashiwa Reysol last defeated Yokohama F. Marinos in J1. So when the sides squared off again in round 8, Reysol were determined to break their drought. With 22 minutes gone in Kashiwa, the home side had a golden opportunity to take the lead when the referee awarded them a penalty. Cristiano took the spot kick and the Brazilian made it count. 1-0 to the Kashiwa club. Just 2 minutes later, it got even better for the home side. Hiroto Nakagawa on the double for Reysol. That's the 22-year-old's maiden goal of the campaign. Reysol 2, F. Marinos 0. And that was the score at half-time. Into the second half, and the Yokohama club fired an early warning shot. Miloš Deganek's 47th minute effort was wayward. Late in the match, F. Marinos had another attempt to reduce the deficit. Naoki Maeda was kept out by Reysol keeper Kosuke Nakamura. In the end, Reysol held on comfortably for the 2-0 win. Back-to-back victories for Reysol lifts them further up the points table, while that's the 3rd loss of the season for the Sailors of Yokohama.
Albrechts Niigata versus FC Tokyo.
Having lost their last 2 matches in a row, FC Tokyo desperately needed to get back in the winner's circle. And they sensed a golden opportunity away to strugglers Albrechts Niigata. Kosuke Ota opened the scoring for Tokyo with a superb free kick. The 29-year-old delivering a curling left foot strike. 1-0 FC Tokyo on 27 minutes. On 34 minutes, the Niigata club had an opportunity of their own. Thiago Gallardo was thwarted by the upright. With half-time looming, the home side tried again to level the match. Song Joo-hoon headed high and wide. It was 1-0 Tokyo at the break. Midway through the second period, the visitors surged forward in search of another goal. Kento Hashimoto duly delivered for the capital club. Albirex 0, Tokyo 2. The result was never in doubt, but Tokyo made sure of the win in the 82nd minute. The referee awarded the visitors a penalty, and Yoshito Okubo fired home from the spot. 3-0 FC Tokyo, and that was the final score in Niigata. That result brings an end to Tokyo's two-match losing streak, while Albirex sinks deeper into the relegation zone.
Urawa Reds versus Consadole Sapporo.
League leaders Urawa Reds knew a win in round 8 would push them 4 points clear of their nearest rivals. But opponents Consadole Sapporo weren't going down without a fight. The Reds took an early lead from Yosuke Kashiwagi's corner kick. Rafael Silva stroked the ball into the back of the net. That's his 6th goal in as many matches. Reds 1, Consadole 0. To their credit, the Sapporo club hit back to level the match. Shingo Hyodo with the equaliser for the visitors. 1-1 in Saitama. The Reds were soon back in front after Consadole's defence failed to clear the danger. Takahiro Sakine made them pay the price. That's the 22-year-old's first goal of the season. Urawa Reds 2, Consadole 1 was the half-time score. In the 74th minute, the league leaders tightened their grip on the match when the referee awarded them a penalty. Shinzo Kuroki was never going to miss. The 30-year-old's 7th of the season, keeping him atop the scorers' charts for another week. 3-1 Urawa Reds. Consadole pulled a goal back in style in the 87th minute. Akito Fukumori delivering a perfect free kick. Reds 3, Consadole 2, and that's how it ended in Saitama. The Reds pick up their 4th win in succession, while Consadole's valiant efforts can't avoid them registering their 4th loss of the season. The Reds consolidate their position at the top of the points table with that win. While Gamba are the big movers this week, they jump 3 places into 2nd, level on points with Bissell and the Antlers. Tokyo rounds out the top 5. That wraps up another action-packed week. Join us again next week for more J-League highlights from round 9.
control against the Hornets.
What? This is no time for a drink now, Bron.
And catch me if you can. Bizarro is next.
That is really cute. Hello, welcome to another edition of Super Sport Daily. Michelle and Lez Ann checking in on a Tuesday evening, even though it kind of feels like Monday today, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay, Michelle. All right, to those who are already watching this via YouTube, how you doing? But to the rest of you, why aren't you on YouTube yet? It's Stadium Astro. Get on there now.
Yep, Lez Ann, now with that sort of tone, you kind of actually reminds me of my discipline teacher. I think her name was Puan Ang or something like that.
Funny that you say that. I kind of felt like I was churning out the character of my discipline teacher. And you know what? Her name is Puan Ang too.
Okay.
And did we go to the same school, Michelle?
No, I was actually joking, Lez Ann. I'm actually joking, but I get what you're implying, all right?
All right, it's National Teachers' Day today.
Yeah, but don't be fooled by your usual International Teachers' Day. That's on the 16th of May. National Teachers' Day is usually celebrated on the first Tuesday of May, of the month of May, every year.
And it's where students take the day to do something nice for their teachers, past or present, to let them know that they are appreciated.
You know, it's funny to think that the profession as a teacher is so perceived differently across the world. Like in China, for example, they are so highly respected. They are well paid as well.
And very highly respected, right?
Yes, like I said.
In ancient Greece, teachers were some of the highly paid skilled workers. It's a tough job,
I agree. Now, whatever it is, whatever country you're from, in Malaysia, we say terima kasih cikgu, and I hope I made you proud.
Me too.
And speaking of making a teacher proud, the Liverpool boys were also trying to make their guru, Jurgen Klopp, proud. And to Vicarage Road we go. The Reds have won their previous 2 Premier League meetings against Watford. Therefore, their teacher Klopp had nothing to worry about. Or does he? The boys started with some head-juggling warm-up in the middle of the pitch, but still really nothing to worry about for Encik Klopp. His most improved student, Amri Chan, made his presence felt in the opposition's penalty box. And as they say, it's not how you fall, or rather, it's how you get up. On National Teachers' Day, Klopp was served some bad news early on in the match. His staff student, Philip Coutinho, suffered a dead leg after that incident. It left him needing medical attention, and the Brazilian has been struggling since. But before he could make a change, James Milner, on his 450th Premier League appearance, also went down. And you can tell that Klopp is not a happy chap. Thankfully, it wasn't serious. Adam Lallana came off for Coutinho. Still, the signs were bad. Coutinho continued to complain of discomfort of his other leg. Meanwhile, the teacher has started to grow on Chan. The German continued his assault on the Hornets. Lez Ann, check this out.
Origi. Chan coming in. Oh, wow. Wow. Emre Can.
And if he would not be positive after this game, after this goal, then something's wrong with him. Yes, he's a good boy. He's a good player, and he deserves this. And I know how this world works, boy, and so very important for us. And if he can score goals like this, then it makes even more sense then.
Aw, words of a proud teacher, don't you think? But check out Aurelius Gomez's face when Chan took the shot. Absolutely priceless. The home side's chance came from outside the box, assuring Klopp everything will be just fine. His opposite number, though, Walter Mazzari, absolutely furious. You do not want to be near him right now. And later on in the game, Watford with another chance. Sebastian Prudhomme denied by the crossbar, just like this. How unlucky.
I said to the players after the game, if they want to kill me, that's a good way to try it. Because I thought I felt something in this area. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
There, no need for time killing as Liverpool ran out 1-0 winners on the night, further strengthening their position in the top 4.
That's not important, because if you give it away, then it's not that it was important and nothing else. We need to stay focused, need to stay concentrated. I said before the game, we have pressure, yes, but pressure in the end of the season in this period means you fight for something. That's good. It's a positive pressure if you want. So we want to keep this. We want to keep this pressure high. We want to stay focused. We want to stay concentrated. We want to work hard. We want to do everything for the points we can get. We don't expect a second that it will be easy. If everybody here thinks that we already have the 3 points against Southampton, then we could not have seen Southampton this season, because they are a real strong side. So that will be another hard game for us, but it's like it is. So tonight, these points nobody can take away from us, so that's the best news. And now we have time to work and prepare the Southampton game.
And on that note, let's take a look at Liverpool's report card. Class Teacher Club will not be happy, I tell you, looking at the numbers his boys produce. They are apparently better last year than they are this year. So, no more New Year's party, I suppose.
I suppose not, Michelle. Unlike Liverpool, Sevilla's away form has been awful lately. Only 2 wins in their last 7 matches, and they've lost 3 from those. This has, of course, resulted in them losing ground on the top 3 in La Liga. Plus, with only 3 matches remaining in the season, they're now being threatened by Villarreal in 5th. The Yellow Submarines are only 5 points away. No wonder their coach was a worried man, but Sevilla actually led over Malaga here. Until a little over the half-hour mark, that's when Pablo Fornals netted the equalizer. And what a leveler that was. Even the visitors needed time to get over that strike. Not enough time, we think, because it was Malaga who went ahead after the break. Sandro Ramirez, with his 6th in as many matches against Sevilla, must be his favourite team to play against. Sevilla did pull one back eventually, only to give the home team another opportunity to lead. Ramirez with the floater, Diego Llorente with the finish. Jorge Sampaoli in need of a new game plan. Whatever it was did not work, because Malaga got themselves a penalty at the death. The ever-reliable Ramirez failed to convert, but Juan Carlos made sure it counted for something. Malaga win 4-2.
Made it 4-2. Disappointment for Sevilla.
And they get their 3rd straight win in the league. They've lost only once in their last 6 matches. It's their best run in La Liga this season, and yes, they've not won 3 in a row until now. Up next, it's Celta Vigo, Real Sociedad and Real Madrid to close out their campaign.
Meanwhile, over to something we don't usually get a chance to cover. I'm talking about snooker. Defending world champion Mark Selby was trailing 10-4 in the final at one point against John Higgins. Now, no player has come back to win from a greater deficit since 1985. So, was Selby's fate pretty much sealed? And despite starting on the back foot, Selby came up with the goods on Sunday, and this play ensured he overcame the deficit to lead 12-11. Signs of a champion, all right? So Monday evening saw Higgins wondering how he lost the lead, while Selby, on the other hand, was looking like a boss. The 41-year-old made up for it with a strong start in Sheffield. Of course, to his family's delight. Higgins with a century break there, and his cause was helped with a controversial call. That is this.
Foul. Did it hit? I didn't see it hit, Mark.
No?
No. Mark Selby 1, John Higgins 7. Didn't see it hit. Right, if they're not sure, then honestly, I didn't see it hit. I'm going to stick with my decision then.
Foul or not, that did nothing to deter Selby. After Higgins missed the long red into the corner there, the champ took advantage of the situation, potting the red and another to guarantee a victory. Selby became only the 4th player in history to defend their title after Steve Davis, Stephen Hendry and Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yeah, very special. I mean, to sort of get over them 2 wins and be sitting at 3 world titles out there on my own is unbelievable, really. And like you say, to be only 1 of 4 players to defend it is just something I can only dream of.
Mitch, did you know Mark Selby actually got his first title on the same day Leicester City guaranteed their Premier League win?
Oh, really? Well, sadly, it was a little bit topsy-turvy after that with the whole Claudio Ranieri drama. Dilly-ding, dilly-dong.
And Selby, showing the world just what a champion he is.
Now, fingers crossed, let's hope that he doesn't eventually suffer the same fate as Leicester. We don't want that.
Nope, we don't. And on that note, you guys know it's Tuesday, right?
And a segment we have all grown to love, Bizarro is coming up later on Daily.
And since it's the first Tuesday of the month, we have something special, Michelle.
Yeah, we will be choosing the best Bizarro from last month.
And our first nominee is...
Ta-da!
Remember this, Mitch? A tank thought he was on camouflage mode when he joined the women's cross-country skiing event in Sweden.
What were they thinking? It's white, it's snowing. How can
Exactly.
Yeah. It's a freaking army tank in a sports event. How often do you see scenes like this?
None. The tank should leave the women alone.
You know what? Go pick on someone your own size. Go get your own tank racing event, whatever.
That's right.
Yeah, I bet it will be featured on Bizarro as well if that actually
I can't
happens.
wait for that. Good idea, Michelle.
Yeah, can you imagine a whole tank racing event?
Exactly. And instead of confettis, you can use missiles.
Okay, that's taking it a bit too far, Les. Yeah.
Well, you know, on Bizarro, there's never taking things too far. When you reach Bizarro, it's far enough.
Take a chill pill, girl, okay? Coming on Daily, more nominees for the best of Bizarro. And this, the Battle of Texas. And of course, a very, very, very thirsty LeBron James. The NBA playoffs is next.
The Prudential Astro Masters celebrates 20 years of golfing excellence and is back to challenge golfers on the best courses with great goodies plus awesome prizes in all par 3s, including a Mazda 6 valued at 216,000 ringgit. The grand finals takes place in Muscat, Oman. So don't miss out. This could be your year.
Say hello to more new routes. Malindo Air invites you to adventure away in Brisbane. Wander into the seaport city of Yangon. And hustle away in Guangzhou, China's third largest city. Premium service inclusive of meals, in-flight entertainment, and 30 kg baggage allowance. Book now at malindoair.com.
Hey, wait, come back. This is not a commercial. It's not a commercial. Actually, it is, lah. It's more than that, though. As a consumer, we always want extra perks for everything we buy. Waterproof one on this phone. Wow, slow-mo shot. Wow. You guys are serious about a demo. In most loyalty programs, when you purchase something, they reward you with either cash or points. But at Sen Heng, for every item you purchase, you get both cash and points. Double rewards. Shock, right? Oh, yo! It's the Samsung SUHD Curve TV! Hey, this TV waterproof one,
Oh, what a superb run. And he finds the back of the net! What an extraordinary day he has had! Got to score. Got to score. No excuses. How unlucky can you get? There is no such thing as perfect. It had controversy, it had goals. That is football's 7th heaven.
Fans are very important for us. Thank you for the support and keep going.
This broadcast of the Premier League is brought to you by Brickfields Asia College, the fastest and smartest way. MyEG, your e-government service provider. And Wanda Coffee. Try the new Wanda Extra Presso.
Oh my, you know you are back on Daily when you see things like that.
Isn't that something we covered last week, chess and boxing?
Yes, it is. And it's bizarre enough to be featured yet again as our second nominee for the best of Bizarro in April.
You know, Michelle, like I said before, there's no macho in winning by a checkmate.
And as I said before as well, it's macho when you don't have talent in boxing, Les.
I had a friend, Mouse, remember? And you too,
Let's
if I remember
behave.
correctly.
Behave, okay? Enough about the mouth, okay? Enough about the mouse. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Let's get straight to the point this time.
And his name was super...
Let's stop it about the mouse, okay?
Okay. Game face on. Okay, although they are only 3 hours apart, did you know San Antonio have never played Houston in the playoffs in the last 2 decades?
Yes, and to think that they have even played and beaten the team formerly known as the Seattle Supersonics.
That's right, Michelle. Ahead of the game at the AT&T Center, Spurs have the advantage of a 3-1 score in the regular season and boast the best defense in the league. So bring on the beard.
As long as it's not the mouse.
The sky's the limit for this team. We're forced to be reckoned with.
With a slippery moving shot.
San Antonio's going to be a tough one. I'm ready to go for war.
Kawhi Leonard is the best player in the league right now.
Oh, this is great. This is playoffs.
All Texan eyes were on these guys, contenders for the MVP, rivals in the Western Conference semifinals today. James Harden made a quick start showing them just where downtown Texas belonged to. Houston, of course. The Rockets continued to hurt Spurs on the outside. Trevor Ariza, the culprit this time. Boom. San Antonio found it hard to get to grips with their shooting, missing uncontested shot after shot, making Greg Popovich extremely angry.
If you're going to miss shots or take quick shots, ill-advised or contested shots quickly in the shot clock, if you're making them all, it's no problem. But when you get back in transition with the two bigs, that is a problem. And that showed very quickly in the first quarter.
And oh, by the way, the Beard also recorded playoff high 14 assists in the process, but it was their signature fast break that got all the plaudits in Texas. The Spurs found it hard to keep up.
Quickly the other way, Nene.
Before the series started, that Trevor and Ryan was going to have a big series. They struggled, last series. So, it's all about building trust in your teammates, and eventually the good things are going to happen. And tonight was one of them.
Hey, speaking of trusting your teammates, all 13 players scored 6 in double figures. How proud were you of just the team effort tonight?
That's what it's about. There's no individual efforts here. I've been saying it and preaching it all year long. I'm nothing without these guys. So you got to continue to fight, continue to be better, watch film, and come back ready for game 2.
And then Kawhi Leonard with another consolation basket. The game ended on a sour note as Nene was ejected after the incident. But nothing is going to take away the Rockets' 27-point win tonight.
Push and shove.
We lost, and they won, and they played better.
All LeBron James wants to do is win, and his Cavs showed no rust after the week's break. Check out the steal here on Toronto. Kyrie Irving with the breakaway, and Bron showing us he can fly.
Yeah, that guy's special. It's crazy what he can do in the air, and then I just, distinctively remembering him just pointing up behind me, and I could have easily laid it up, but to throw it off the backboard like that in a playoff game, in a high intense game, and having the trust between us two and him finishing an amazing play like that, just another play in the book for me and Bron on the alley-oop.
Cleveland were equally effective from downtown too. Kevin Love took care of that. The team had 34 attempts from beyond the arc. Bron and his squad only made 14 splashes count. Still, it helped them lead by 15 in the third. LeBron also to remember to stay hydrated while having fun. We'll let him explain that.
My momentum just took me to the sideline, and I'm not going to run over our beer lady. And she had one, in her hand, so I took it out of her hand. But not much of a beer guy. If she'd had some red wine, I probably would have definitely took a sip.
35 points, 10 boards for the King, 24 points and 10 helpers for his protege as the Cavs take Game 1 of the conference semi-finals. And by the way, that was Bron's 88th 30-point game in the playoffs. Now he equals Kobe Bryant in the all-time list, but he's still miles away from challenging Michael Jordan's record of 109 games with at least 30. The question is, will Golden State win like the Cavs or lose like the Raptors? Game 1 from the other West Conference semi-final is live tomorrow from 10:30 a.m. only on SuperSport 4.
At last count, 55 Japanese players have graced the MLB since 1964. Currently, only 8 are on a team roster. One of them is Ichiro Suzuki. Having joined the Seattle Mariners in 2001, he's also the longest-serving Japanese in the MLB. The 10-time All-Star was honored for reaching a milestone, 3,000 hits. Ichiro was the 30th player in MLB history to achieve the feat back in August. To date, he's ranked 25th in the all-time list with 3,034 hits. The 10-time Golden Glove Award recipient was presented with an original collage featuring 3,000 images of his big league hits. Now playing with his third team in the league, the Miami Marlins, the 43-year-old has mentioned he would like to play till he's 50.
Now that we are done with baseball and basketball, leaving room for just one more segment.
And it happens to be our favorite Tuesday segment, Michelle.
And we're talking about Bizarro.
And I wonder what bizarre sports is featured on this week's segment.
Yup. Hold your horses now, Les. Now we have a late submission for the Best of April nominee. What makes a sport bizarre?
Well, if it's cold, take off your clothes.
Ooh, we are looking at the Booga Woogle event in Sochi.
This was the one where 1,200 ladies stripped to nothing but bikinis to brave the cold.
Now, I wonder if they would wear multiple layers of jackets to brave the heat, you know? Like opposite day, that sort.
What? And that day is not today, Michelle.
But we will reveal the Best of April and some fresh stories on Bizarro this week.
And here's a little teaser for you, for assurance purposes.
Yeah, okay.
Are you ready? All right, check this out. I heard you say hold your horses, Michelle. Well, try hold your ponies.
So cute.
Yes, it's very good to see you.
The Prudential Astro Masters celebrates 20 years of golfing excellence and is back to challenge golfers on the best courses with great goodies plus awesome prizes in all par 3s, including a Mazda 6 valued at 216,000 ringgit. The Grand Finals takes place in Muscat, Oman. So don't miss out. This could be your year.
Oh, what a superb run. And he finds the back of the net. What an extraordinary day he has had. Got to score. Got to score. No excuses. How unlucky can you get? There is no such thing as perfect. It had controversy, it had goals. That is football's seventh heaven.
Fans are very important for us. Thank you for the support and keep going.
This broadcast of the Premier League is brought to you by MyEG, your e-government service provider. Wanda Coffee. Try the new Wanda Extra Presso. And Brickfield's Asia College, the fastest and smartest way.
Welcome back. Don't forget to set your alarms for the Champions League tomorrow morning. Well, of course, there's a Madrid Derby first from 2:30 a.m. Join Roshan, United legend Paul Parker, and Liverpool legend Steve McMahon for all the talking points and analysis. Now, remember to repeat the routine on Thursday morning as well for Monaco versus Juventus. Or, of course, you can always play catch-up with Nadia and Reem on Daily live at 7 p.m. Can't wait for that one, Lez Ann, definitely. Now, which one will you be looking forward to more?
Of course, Real versus Atletico.
I bet you're rooting for Ronaldo, right? Okay.
Of course.
Okay. Now, so you've seen a few nominees from our Best of Bizarre throughout the show. Now, before we reveal the winner for the month of April, we've got some fresh meat for you today. Yeah, fresh meat. Yeah, new bizarreness. And what better way to do so than at the Crucible? Okay, so you saw earlier how Mark Selby defended his title at the World Championships, right? But we left out this part.
When John Higgins pots the white cue ball, not once or twice, Michelle.
No, you keep watching this, okay? It is 3 times.
Whoa.
And they were all identical as well.
Look at
you know the saying that 3 times a charm? Well, definitely doesn't apply here, unfortunately, for the Scotsman. Poor thing.
Poor thing. Luckily, well, Michelle, his 4th actually strikes a red ball. But the damage was already done.
I think they should change the idiom to like 4 times the charm. Yeah. Now the thing is, Les, have you made the same mistake 3 times though?
Well, I have taken the wrong route to work 3 times now.
Girl, your house to here is like a straight road. How in the world do you do that?
Life, stress, food,
Okay, now I have something to cheer you up with.
What?
Well, get ready for it. Get ready for it.
What?
Ponies!
Yay!
Because horses are way too mainstream, right? Try this one, the Olympia Horse Show.
Oh, look at them, Michelle. Can you see them trotting along? So cute.
Okay, Les. Now, this is also one of UK's biggest equestrian competition. It's gone on now for like 110 years.
110 years? Oh, my goodness, there's even a fire show going on. Do the ponies get hurt doing this?
Girl, 110 years.
Not.
Didn't you hear me say that? Obviously, they are professionals, okay?
All right.
They are professionals. And to answer your question...
So cute.
To answer your question, the ponies are fine. The ponies are fine.
Okay, they're fine. And they're so cute. I've always wanted a pony,
Okay, never mind.
Michelle.
Okay, now that I've got your attention, this next story we've got is...
Oh, no, Michelle.
You know what I'm about to say, meh?
Well, yeah, and it is disgusting.
Well, disgusting is the right word, Les, to describe what we're about to witness.
Okay, let's just drop this whole thing, Michelle. Let's not tell the story, please.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll drop it.
All right,
We'll
next
show
story. Okay.
I changed my mind, we'll show it! Yay! Let's keep rolling. We're talking about toe wrestling.
What?
Yes!
Oh, trying to give WWE a run for their money, they came up with this back in 1974.
Yeah, it's similar to arm wrestling. Players must link toes and each foot
look at
must
the
touch
love
flat
between the
with
toes.
the other.
The love.
Yeah.
Okay, the contestants will then attempt to pin the other foot for 3 seconds while avoiding the same fate.
It's also a best out of 3, by the way, just in case you didn't know.
You know what? Still, yeah.
You know, it's so ironic that the both of us with the weirdest toes are the ones that's presenting the story. Yeah, I don't think it's a happy coincidence, girl.
You know, it is still very, very disgusting, Michelle, to watch that. But you know what? I would like to try.
No, Les, I will not be toe wrestling with you. This is where I draw the line on our friendship right here.
Fine,
No, okay.
Okay, is it time already?
Yes, it is time to reveal our best of Bizarro for April.
And we have gone through our choices across the month, but we cannot accept this one.
Yep, the Tanks bikini-clad sweets have nothing on them.
They are the macho.
And intelligent.
Boxers.
Not boxers,
well, not
like boxers, yeah.
Having covered them on Bizarro last week, chess boxing will forever be in Bizarro's hearts.
A test of strength and mind, and to top it all, bizarre enough for spectators like us.
Checkmate or knockout. There's no shame in winning, Michelle.
Because we always find alternatives, right? That's the heart and soul of Bizarro.
Okay,
yep.
That's right.
That's definitely enough of Bizarro to last a week, though, I have to say,
and
right?
hey, there's play of the day to make up for it tomorrow, right?
And top 30 as well, as voted by you.
That's right. So you best get your votes on. It's almost the end of the season.
Right, I know. I can't believe we've only got a couple more games left.
I know, so sad. Well, till next time.
Reem and Nadia are up tomorrow. Bye.
It's their time to rise. Europe's top football clubs go all out to survive the crunch of the playoffs. Working hard, playing harder. The UEFA Europa League, live on Astro Supersport channels. The FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup 2017 on Astro Supersport and Astro Go.
The unique experience that is golf's greatest stadium of the Americas returns.
Yes.
On the game's greatest gauntlet, the PGA Tour's marquee players will dazzle in Florida. As a new race to the Island Green begins.
2016 Players Champion.
Players Championship, live on Golf Channel.
This May, catch the best sporting action right here on beIN Sports. After a long and arduous season, it's come down to two of the biggest names in Spanish football. Expect the unexpected in La Liga Santander. Free kick from Antoine Griezmann. They reigned for over 4 years, now they face the possibility of being dethroned. Can PSG retain their title, or will dark horse Monaco overthrow the champions in Ligue 1? All these and more this May on beIN Sports.
everything we got.
And leave it all out there.
Reach the ultimate goal. Time to go. Playoff time, baby.
The NBA playoffs on Astro Supersport 4 and Astro Go.
The headlines from Omnisport on Tuesday, the 2nd of May. Madrid divided. Atletico and Real prepare for Champions League clash. Chan wonder goal boosts Reds' Europe hopes. And Kistner Eagle forces dramatic playoff. Also in the program, Christoph's bolt in German gloom. Neuville conquers Argentina. And do you have the guts to tackle these big waves? We start in Spain, where the battle lines have again been drawn in the capital, as Real Madrid and Atletico face off in the UEFA Champions League semi-final today. This will be the 4th season in a row that the two teams have faced off in the tournament's knockout stage. And so far, it's Real 3, Atleti 0.
Like most ties are 50-50, we just have to prove that we're good enough. We'll do everything in our power to win the game. We cannot think about the return leg yet. Our sole focus is on the first leg, and only then we'll see and talk about it.
Their rivalry on the European stage began in the 2014 final. Despite Real being branded as favourites to win, Diego Godin putting Atleti ahead, a seemingly decisive goal. But that was until Sergio Ramos scored after 90 minutes and Los Blancos sealed the result in extra time. A year later, a similar story, this time in the quarter-finals. Diego Simeone's side were again resolute in their defensive shape, leading to a goalless draw in the first leg. But at the Santiago Bernabeu, Cristiano Ronaldo exploded into action to provide the assist for Javier Hernandez's